Hey, what is up guys? It is King Alpha here and welcome back everyone to a brand new video here on the channel. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be bringing you guys an Orion Camo guide. Now, in one of the last videos that I uploaded where I completed all 51 platinum camos, a lot of you guys commented, and by the way, thanks for all the support on that video. It's been doing amazing. I really do appreciate it, guys. A lot of you guys commented and said that you were starting your platinum grind or you're like halfway through it and you've kind of gotten kind of just tired of it at this point. So now that I've officially unlocked Orion, I wanted to go and kind of make a guide, and hopefully this video helps a lot of you guys, get that urge to want to go back and finish that grind, or, if you're stuck in the grind, maybe help some of you guys out, give you guys some tips and tricks of what you can do better to unlock camos faster. So yeah, if this video does go on to help you guys in any way, shape, or form, or if you just enjoy it, it's greatly appreciated. You guys drop a like, subscribe, and ding that bell so you guys don't miss out on any future videos. And as always, if you guys need help or any questions or anything like that, or just want to find people to play with, you guys can join the Discord server link down in the description to be part of the Z Armor gang. Now guys, before we even hop into this video, I just want to say this is going to be a longer video than I normally make. My videos are normally around the 10-minute mark. The Orion unlocking video was a little bit longer than that, but this is going to be quite a long video because I really do want to dive deep into every part of this grind so I can really give you guys the most amount of information possible to help you guys out the most. So first things first, let's explain how the weapon system works in this game. So it's different from like every other Call of Duty where you just kind of load in and you have access to, that weapon, and you level up that weapon and you're completely done with it. It's a little different in this game. So this game has weapon families. So if I hover over the M4 here, for instance, you can see using the middle pad on the PS5 controller, I can open up the M4 platform. This shows you every single weapon that is tied to the M4. And sometimes you can unlock another gun by leveling up. You can be Prestige 15, level 850, and not have unlocked the FS Hurricane or the Icarus if you haven't used the base M4. If we actually look, you can see you will not unlock the FTAC Recon until you get the M4 to level 13. Then you will unlock this gun, and once you get this gun to level 16, then you'll unlock the Hurricane, and then etc. and etc. So you guys kind of get the idea of how that works. So that's basically how the weapon families work in this game. So luckily this means that you don't have to re-unlock attachments like you did in the previous Call of Duty. So this system has its flaws, but it also has its pros, and that's kind of where the pros start to come in. So if you level up the M4 all the way to level 20, you unlock, I don't know, a certain grip or a 60 round magazine. Once you finally unlock like the FTAC Recon or something, most of those grips, barrels, muzzles will carry over, and what this actually results to is just lower weapon levels in general. So if you guys remember from some of the previous Call of Duties, Model for 2019, Cold War, Vanguard, I mean those weapons had pretty much every single one was level 70, which is just absolutely insane. I really hope we never go back to having to level up a single weapon level 70. It's just annoying. No one wants to do it. It's absurd. So in this game, luckily it is very easy to level up and max out any gun. Most people can do it in 1 game, 2 games. And they're really low levels, as you can see here. There's a level 20, 23, 16, 16, 16, and 18. There are some higher weapons that can get up to like level 30. You can see here like the ISO Hemlock is level 27, so it's almost 30. So yeah, the weapon levels are not very high in this game, so that's not something you have to worry about. But now that we've actually talked about the weapon families and kind of how that system works, let's talk about how to actually level up your guns. Now, one way you guys can do this is go ahead and load into multiplayer, maybe on shipment or something, and you guys can get kills, obviously, with the weapon that you're trying to level up, or you can also throw decoys. Now, every time a decoy basically distracts someone, you will get XP for that, and it's a great way to actually do this. Now, of course, you guys are going to want to use double XP tokens, and luckily they are so easy to get, whether you get them for free via the Battle Pass, whether you pay for the Battle Pass and you get those extra ones. You can also watch the CDL matches that go on and get like an extra 12 every single time they stream, which is really nice. There's also different, like merchandise you can buy as far as like Doritos or Mountain Dew or something to get XP codes. There's just so many freaking ways to get XP codes. Like I literally have hundreds of hours of XP codes. Like they're just so easy to get. So definitely rock some double XP tokens. Some of you may be like me where you're like you have this feeling of where like you don't want to waste them. Guys, trust me, you're not wasting them. Put them on. They're really easy to get if you do waste one, okay? Put them on, and it's going to be worth it. It's going to save you so much time. Alright guys, and the other way, in the way that I personally usually level up my guns, is by DMZ. Now I will say if you guys don't like to play DMZ, you guys can play Plunder and then complete contracts. At the time recording this video, Plunder is not in the game, so I can't show you guys gameplay of that. But basically, just load into Plunder and then go ahead and do contracts, and that's another great way to get XP. But my personal favorite way to get XP, and I did this, like things for like the rocket launchers, but pretty much every gun in the game, is just play DMZ. It's a great way to get XP by literally having the gun in your hand, running around the map. You get like a free 250 XP every time you go to a new location. Again, if you can have a double XP token on, that's like almost 500 XP every single time. Another great way to do it is to get kills. And guys, don't worry, like I said, rocket launchers, you guys don't have to blow up the AI. You can melee with the weapon and you will also get XP. This is what I did to max out all my rocket launchers in like one game, was to go in and just melee a bunch of bots. And then what you're also going to want to do is collect as much money as you guys can. I just want to apologize for the lag during this recording. I was for some reason lagging a lot in this game, so it's a little laggy, but don't mind that. But basically, you guys just want to loot up as much money as you guys possibly can and then head to the nearest buy station. Now, once you've actually found a buy station, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is just go ahead and sell anything that you've picked up along the way, and then you can go ahead and you can actually just buy armor plates. Now here's the good thing about if you are actually a DMZ player. As you guys can see here, my plates only cost $150. You can actually get that down all the way to $100. Now, again, if you're not a DMZ player, I think it's like 500 per plate, so it's not very good, but if you do play DMZ, you can actually lower that price. But every single time you buy an armor plate for however much money, you will get a bunch of XP. So if you have, $100,000, let's just say, you can get a crap ton of XP very, very quickly here in DMZ. Alright guys, so we've talked about the weapon families, we've talked about how to actually level up each of the guns. Now let's talk about the camos. So every single category of weapons is going to have different camos and different camo challenges. So let's take a look here at the raw LMG. So this weapon, being an LMG, has 4 base camos. You have to complete all 4 base camos to then be able to go for gold, and then once you do gold for every single LMG, you will then be able to go for platinum. Once you then have 51 platinums, you then can go for polyatomic, and then you have to get 51 polyatomics to then finally unlock Orion. So it's quite a process. The only hard part about this grind is the platinums. It's the only hard thing about this. Me personally, I did polyatomic all 51, actually did more than 51, but 51 in a single day. Like less than 24 hours. It was so easy. It took me like 11 hours to get 51 polyatomics. It's literally just headshots. It's insanely easy. But going back to the 4 base camos. Now, not every single gun is going to have 4 base camos. There are some exceptions like melees and rocket launchers. Those are only going to have 1 camo. And this is why it's so easy, guys, because you literally just have to complete 1 camo. Now, all of these base camos for every single LMG are not going to be the same. If we look here, get 50 kills, get 15 from behind, get 20 kills while mounted, get 10 hipfire kills. So those are the camos that we're looking at for the raw LMG. Let's switch over to the Icarus. If we look at the Icarus, you guys can see we need 50 kills. Okay, that was just kind of a base camo. Then we have 10 double kills, 20 kills while mounted, 30 kills while crouched. So they're slightly different. I will say the hardest camo for me personally is always the behind kills. Those are just really annoying to get. But for instance, if we look at some like the shotguns, for instance, these are probably going to be different here. So we obviously have hip fires, kills while prone, kills while ADS, so those are slightly different, but again, there are 4. So as you guys can see, they kind of change depending on the category of weapon, just to kind of fit that weapon a little bit better. But taking a look at the melees here, again, this is one that is just a single camo, and all you have to do is get kills. It's the same for the shield, for all single melees in the game. It is just kills. So whether you're using the shield or a combat knife, you will only need to get 40 kills before being done. But the gold and platinum and polyatomic challenges are different for the melees in rocket launcher. So if we look at gold here for the shield, you have to get 2 kills without dying 10 times. Then you have to get 2 kills within 10 seconds of each other's 10 times. Now, a lot of people think this challenge is going to be hard. I did this in like one game. It's so easy. 10 seconds lasts a lot longer than you guys think it does. So trust me, this is not very hard. And then finally, you have to get 10 kills from behind with the riot shield. I thought this was going to be a pain in the ass, but it honestly wasn't. I actually did this very quickly and by accident. So now taking a look at the rocket launchers, once again, you're just going to have to get kills with the rocket launcher. And then for the gold camo, you have to get 2 kills without dying 10 times. Then destroy 10 enemy kill streaks, equipment, or vehicles. Again, a lot of people think this one's going to be hard with some of the launchers that doesn't lock on. It's not, because if you read the challenge, it says equipment or vehicles. So you don't have to try to shoot down UAVs or counter UAVs or VTOLs. No, you don't have to do that. You can shoot equipment like, I don't know, proximity mines or claymores or anything like that. You guys can destroy those. Or vehicles. You could go into ground war and just blow up vehicles. So yeah, you can do that as well. And then finally, for the polyatomic challenge for rocket launchers, you have to get double kills. Now, for every single launcher in the game, it is only 10 double kills, but for some reason, specifically on the Joker, they made it 15 double kills. But it's only 5 more double kills, so it's not that bad. The Joker is one of the easiest ones to actually get double kills on, so it's not that big of a deal. But there you have it, guys. We've gone over how the camos work, some of the different challenges that you will have to do, and kind of how they're different per category and also per different weapon. So now you guys have a base understanding of the camo system and how it actually works in this game. Let's get into how you actually can easily unlock all these camos. Now guys, when it comes to these base camos, I'm not really going to go into depth in these, because like I said, the first one is always just get anywhere from 40 to 50 kills with the weapon. And then, you know, whether you got to get double kills, ADS kills, or hipfire kills, or whatever your weapon is calling for, they're all pretty straightforward. I don't feel like these need a tutorial. I mean, the only suggestion I'm going to give you guys is play Shipment or Shoot House. I know some people prefer one or the other, but it's up to you guys. Play whatever you're comfortable with. If you rather play, you know, Domination, just quick play, you guys can do that. It may be a little bit slower, but if you guys enjoy that more, go for that. You know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do this, you know, all in one day. You know, take your time with it if you guys want. If you rather enjoy the grind, you know, instead of doing it quicker, then yeah. As far as the generalized build, I will give you guys a build for pretty much every single class of weapon that I use. So for instance, the Scar uses the SS Oli V laser, and this is going to give you sprint to fire and ADS. This is always important for like every single weapon. For muzzles, some of them have a second tread 40. The other ones have a different muzzle that's called something different. I'll show you guys on another weapon here in just a second, but I'll put that on. This is for recoil stabilization. If you don't want that gun to move at all, definitely suggest putting this on. And then for underbarrels, I personally like to do the F-Tag Ripper 56 if it's available. If it's not, things like the Phase 3 grip are very good, and then some where you have to use these vertical ones, I suggest the Merc 4 grip or the Lock Grip Precision, whichever one you guys prefer. Now, this is the base build that I have going here. Now, for your next 2 attachments, depends on what camo you're going for, okay? If you're going for gold and you're just trying to get kills without dying, then what I would do is I would probably put on a larger magazine, so you can either put on a 40 or a 60 depending on what you guys are doing. If you're playing Shipment, I'd probably put on a 40 just to have a little bit better mobility, but go for a 60, be safe. And then if you're going for the most amount of kills possible, If you're not too good with the iron sights, I would put on a sight just to help you guys out a little bit more. The aim op V4 is just kind of my go-to generalized OP sight, so that's one that I go for. Now, if you were going for something like long shots, what I would do is take off the bigger magazine and I would put on a barrel. Now, specifically for the Scar, I would put on the Tundra Pro barrel. And what this is going to do is basically just increase my range and make it even easier for me to get those long shots. Now that was for the Scar. Let me show you guys for something like an SMG here. So obviously the SMGs do not have the Sack and Tread 40, so what you're going to want to put on is the Lockshot KT85. This is essentially the exact same thing, but just for the other families that don't have the Sack and Tread 40. Like I said, guys, for underbarrel, if you obviously don't have the F-Tag Ripper 56, which SMGs don't, you can put something on like the Agent grip or the Nexus grip or Phase 3 grip. I've seen a lot of people really loving the Nexus grip. Me personally, I just haven't really used it enough to say if it's better than the Phase 3 grip or not, but my personal go-to is the Phase 3 grip. And then obviously also we're putting on the VLK. Obviously last time for the assault rifles we used the SSS OVL laser, whatever it's called, but for SMGs we're using the VLK. This is just the equivalent, it's the exact same thing. Now again, this is our standardized class here. If we're going for just 3 kills, I would put on the 40 round mag. I wouldn't suggest putting on the 50 because it just hurts your movement speed so much and the reload speed is crazy. So I would put on the 40, yes, even for shipment. And then I would go ahead and probably put on the Lachman at TCG10 for that extra recoil control. And this is the class that I would run. Now again, if we're going for long shots, I would keep the standardized mag and then go ahead and try to put on a barrel. Now what I always do here is I just look at the stats. You can see this one gives us damage range, bullet velocity. We're also getting some hipfire accuracy for those up close and quarters. Gunfights, so we're going to go and put that on. And then we're going to go ahead and put on a sight. Again, whatever sight you guys personally prefer. I will say, if you're going for long shots, specifically put on the X10 Angel 40 optic. This sight shows you guys the range of things that you're looking at. So if you look here, it is showing me in meters the range of things that I'm looking at. Now I will pop an image up on the screen. This will show you guys the range for every single class in the game of where you need to be to get long shots. So like for assault rifles, for instance, is like 37 meters. So you know when you're looking at someone, that thing needs to say 37 meters for it to count as a long shot. Alright guys, so we've talked about the different class setups for all the different weapons. Let's get into the different camos and actually how to get them, okay? So let's start with gold. So when it comes to all guns in the game, pretty much except for like rocket launchers and melees, you're gonna have to get 3 kills without dying 10 times. Some classes it may be a little bit less than 10, but yeah, basically it's going to be 3 kills without dying 10 times. Now this is pretty straightforward. You don't have to get them in quick succession. You could wait 5 minutes in between your kills. It doesn't matter. You just have to get 3 kills before you eventually die. Now of course you can use TDM, free for all, domination, hardpoint. You can really do this in anything. Again, guys, I'm going to suggest a shipment 24/7. This is where I got all of mine done. It's very quick. It's very easy. Play, again, whatever you're going to do the best in. But for the average player, for the normal player, I would suggest shipment 24/7. But if you're not very good at the game, try something else. There's no shame in that. Again, this is just for you. Try to get them done quickly, but also in a way that you're going to enjoy the game. If you're not very good at the game and you try to play shipment 24/7, you're going to have a bad time, you're going to rage, and ultimately it's going to result in you stopping the grind because you're not enjoying the game, and that's not what we want, guys. Now, sometimes when it comes to weapon classes like sniper rifles, they can be hard to do in shipment sometimes. I even struggled a little bit. So something you can do is you can play, again, a normal multiplayer map that's a little bit bigger, but you can also do ground war. I played a lot of ground war. Now, I'm not a ground war fan personally, but during the camo grind, I played a lot of ground war, doing like rocket launchers, doing long shots for sniper rifles and some of the marksman rifles. I did all of that inside of ground war. Now, guys, getting into where it gets difficult, and that's platinum camos. Getting 25 long shots for pretty much every single gun in the game, it's a doozy, okay? And it can be challenging, it can be very frustrating, But I'm going to be showing you guys how I personally did most of my platinum camos very quickly. And that's going to be through something called hardcore. Now, I know some people don't like hardcore, and there's a lot of people who love hardcore, and it is by far the easiest to get long shots on. The two game modes that I suggest you guys doing is domination and hardpoint. Now, I will throw some pictures up on screen of all these suggested maps that I suggest you guys play on. Of course, you don't have to play only on these maps, but it's the ones that are way easier to get long shots on. You can just sit up somewhere and get long shots very easily. I will say, if you guys kind of want to cheat this system, it's not a glitch, but there is something you guys can actually do over on Warzone. So what you guys want to do is when Plunder is actually in the game, you want to have a friend, and if you guys are in separate lobbies and you begin to search for a Plunder match at the exact same time, you can actually get put into the same match, and what you guys can do is meet up somewhere on the map, and you can just get long shots on your friend. Now, I know, guys, it sounds tedious, it sounds annoying, something you're not going to want to do, maybe a waste of time, but I use this method, which I'm sad to say, because I didn't know about hardcore and how easy it was. So that's why I'm making this video, because I always struggled with long shots, and the way I was getting the majority of mine done was through this Plunder method, and me and my friend every day for like 5 hours would just load into Plunder and get my long shots done. Now, I ended up using this to get like 20 guns done, so I did quite a lot of grinding here in Plunder, and it's a great method, no doubt about it. I did all my assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, stuff like that. I did all of those here inside of Plunder. So definitely suggest play a lot earlier if you guys can, mainly like before lunchtime, before people get out of school. If you can play in those earlier hours, it is very easy. Me and my friend would get in the same game every single try, and we could just fly through weapons. And sometimes it sucks because there will be players in your match that will just try to get as much money as quickly as possible, and those games sometimes only last 10 minutes. But if you can get a match that lasts like the full 30 minutes, I've done like 3-4 weapons in a single game. Now, once again, guys, when it comes to things like rocket launchers, where you have to destroy 10 enemy kill streaks, equipments, or vehicles, Ground War is going to be your friend. Ground War, Invasion, those are going to be the game modes that you're going to want to be playing to get these done. Now, another one that you can also do is Shipment. Once again, we're going to be mentioning Shipment pretty much every single time for any of these camos here. So yeah, basically Shipment. A lot of people are going to be getting kills, high kill games, equals a bunch of streaks. Pretty much, it feels like every 2 minutes, someone's calling in a VTOL, a chopper gunner, a gunship, a UAV, a counter UAV, something. So you guys can load into the Shipment, shoot those bad boys down. Now, if you have like an RPG 7 that doesn't lock on, counter UAVs are really easy to shoot down. Now, unfortunately, on Shipment, I don't think I've ever seen a counter UAV, so you're not going to be getting those on Shipment, but you can get those a lot on Ground War. But on Shipment, people sometimes will throw down claymores or proximity mines, and you can shoot those, and those will count. Now, when it comes to the melees, getting the 2 kills within 10 seconds, once again, I highly recommend Shipment. It's just going to be 10 times easier doing this on Shipment than any other map, because of how small it is, how compact it is, everyone's going to be really close to each other, so it's going to be a lot easier to get 2 kills within inside of 10 seconds. Now, guys, moving over to the Polyatomic Camo challenges, let's start with the melees, being that I'm already here. Get 20 kills from behind. Now, you can do this in Shipment, and I got a fair amount of mine in the Shipment, but what I actually did was load into Shoot House, and I put on stuns. And you can stun a player and then quickly run behind them and melee them in the back. I found this to be way more successful than just blindly running around in Shipment trying to get behind kills. I actually found the Shoot House and stun method to be far more effective. Now, when it comes to rocket launchers and getting the 15 double kills, you can see I actually haven't quite finished the Polyatomic Camo challenge here for the Pila. I have 9 out of 15, and that was just for trying to level it up and get some of the base kills done. This, again, Shipment 24/7. People are going to be really close to each other. And you guys should know, I said this earlier in DMZ, but it works in multiplayer. Meleeing. What I would suggest, guys, is meleeing a person and then trying to quickly kill the second person with a rocket launcher, or vice versa. You can shoot a rocket, kill someone, and then go for the melee. Because you basically, even with fast hands, you cannot shoot someone with a rocket launcher, reload and kill another person quick enough for it to count as a double kill. So you either have to kill 2 people with 1 rocket, which is really hard because a lot of people are running that perk that basically allows them to take like 50% less damage from like rocket launchers and stuff, which is really annoying when you come across those. But also, the damage and damage range of a lot of the rockets in this game are not very good, so it can be difficult to get double kills. So the majority of all my double kills are from blowing someone up and then meleeing someone else. Now, when it comes to every other single gun in the game, you're going to have to get headshots. Now, for SMGs, it's 25. Same thing for assault rifles and stuff like that. But some categories are going to be a little bit less. So, for instance, for pistols, you only have to get 20 headshots. Now, basically, what I suggest for this, guys, once again, is just play either Shipment 24/7, maybe Shoot House 24/7, or again, if you guys just don't enjoy that, you guys can play regular multiplayer. But I legit, I got these done, like I said, in like 10 hours. It was just so easy. I was just in a grind mode. I was listening to music, just playing, getting a gun done. I would back out, make a new class with the next gun, get the headshots, back out, just keep doing that over and over and over. And it was just so freaking easy to get the 25 headshots on all the different weapons. But ladies and gentlemen, after getting 51 polyatomics, you will finally unlock the Orion Camo. So like I said in the beginning, guys, hopefully today's video did help you guys out and you learned something from it. If you guys did, I greatly appreciate you guys. Smash that like, subscribe, and ding the bell so you guys don't miss out on any future videos. Feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know, is there any tips that I didn't mention that maybe you guys know about or that you used in your own grind? Let everyone else know in the comments. And yeah, hopefully, like I said, this video did really help you guys out. And if you guys were on the grind and you stopped at the grind like I originally did, hopefully this video kind of gets you guys interested in it again, and you can finally finish that grind. I know a lot of people, they get to the platinum camo and they just kind of stop. Trust me, guys, it's a lot easier than I thought. Try out hardcore. It's so much easier. I really wish I would have known. I mean, I guess it's kind of common sense when you really think about it, but I just really wish I would have known about how easy it was to get the long shots on hardcore, because I wouldn't have waited so long to finally unlock Orion, and I definitely would have been using that plunger method if I knew about the hardcore method. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. It's the first time I've made anything like this, so if it's kind of bad, give me a little slack, okay? Hopefully we'll get better in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.